Hey guys, Niall here from FitBody. I'm here to talk to you today about how we work around an injury. Now you can get injured whether you work out or you can get injured just slipping up around the house. You can get injured pretty much anywhere. But when you get injured, it's easy to say, you know what, that's the reason I'm not being active. When really, you can keep moving forward. In my own experience, I found injuries can sometimes even be a blessing in disguise, where I have to put double focus on areas in order to avoid irritating the injured area until it gets better. And those areas actually develop quite well because of the extra added attention. So let's take a look at that. Today we're going to talk to specifically knee injuries, okay? So what are a couple of things you don't want to do before we get into the things you do want to do when you injure your knee? Now one I like to just avoid altogether are lunges. Lunges are a great exercise, but when you have a knee injury, they can cause a lot of pressure on the knee, so I just avoid those altogether. Now, depending on the severity of your knee injury, a lot of people oftentimes can still squat, but you really have to do it with great form, emphasizing the hips to do the work and not the knees. Now, the great thing about this is a lot of people get knee injuries because they squat with poor form. So being forced to use good form is actually going to instill good habits that'll prevent knee injury down the road. So let's take a look at that one first. We're going to do something called a box squat. Now with a box squat, you want to have a box or a chair, if you're doing these at home, that is about the size of a seat in terms of height. And what you want to do is first just sit down on the box. Now you notice the tops of my legs are about parallel with the ground. And that's a good safe depth when you're working with a knee injury. Now what I do is I don't have my feet curled in. I have them out like I'm comfortably sitting. And I have to rock forward, push through my heels to stand up. Doing that makes my hips do the work, not my knees. Now to get back on that seat, I have to push my hips way back. Now my hips are doing the work. Again, the stress is off my knees. I sit down, I totally give my weight to the box. Notice too, I sat down slowly. I'm not popping up, popping down. When you have an injury, you want to move that joint really slowly. Get all the momentum out of the movement so there's no chance that you'll jerk it and irritate it. That's a great move. So if you have knee injuries, box squats are your go-to move for any kind of squatting. Now the other thing is you want to build up your hamstrings and glutes because the stronger they are, they'll help support the knee. So a couple exercises around that. Now, stiff-legged deadlifts are a great exercise for the glutes and hamstrings, and they put little to no stress on the knee. Now, you can do a stiff-legged deadlift with dumbbells, with a barbell. Today, I'm going to do it with a kettlebell. Notice again, just like with a box squat, I'm going to exaggerate pushing my hips back as I come down. And the more I push my hips back, see, I can pick my toes up, the weight's on my heels. The further I push it back, the tighter my hamstrings get. Your hamstrings should get tight really fast. If I rock forward and hunch, stress is off my hamstring. But if I arch that back, step my hips back, really keep that weight on my hips, hamstrings are lit up. I don't go all the way down. I just wait till my hamstrings get a little tight. I come up, squeeze my glutes at the top. Hips come way back, up at the top. Great exercise. Now another one, which can seem deceiving, it doesn't seem so hard, is slow butt kicks. So again, we want to take all momentum out of it. We're not going to be hopping and doing a running butt kick. We're just going to rock to one side, pick up one heel as high as we can, nice and slow, come down. Rock to the other side, pick up that heel, squeeze that hamstring. Try to get that heel right up to your glute if you can. And you'll notice your hamstrings get a ton of work, right? Again, that's gonna help protect the knee and get your lower body work when you can't do a lot of squats. Again, depending on the severity of your knee, you don't wanna do any jumping exercises. But if you want the benefits of jumping, you can do something we like to call total body extensions. What you're gonna do is, again, hips are way back, hands are way back. You come down into a kind of half squat position. And now you're gonna jump motion without actually leaving the ground. That's a nice dynamic lift. I come right onto the balls of my feet like I'm going to jump, but I don't actually leave the ground. And then I rock back down to that half squat. Hips are way back. I start to get a rhythm to it. Nothing too fast. Great exercise if you've got knee injuries. Now, if we want to stay off the knees altogether, we can do glute bridges. So just lie down. Extend the hips up as high as you can. You want to get past this parallel plane. Squeeze, 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 right up onto the backs of your shoulders. Squeeze your glutes at the top, back down. You want to make those a little more challenging? Stick one leg up, work one side. You can put weight on, put a barbell with weight on, do the same exercise. A lot of these have very different variations, so you can challenge yourself in different ways with a similar movement. So there's a handful of exercises you can do if you've got a knee injury, you still want to work the lower body, you still want to hit boot camp, and you still want to keep moving forward. That's it for today, gang. See you in class.